Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. It's a wonderful Thursday, and in a few moments, I'll be sharing my thoughts and feelings on episode 2 of Hell's Kitchen Battle of the Ages. And for this review, I'll be sharing my episode breakdown, followed by my thoughts on the chefs, and I'll cap the review off with an overall rating. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. Episode 2 Battle of the Ages picks up where episode 1 left off. The red and the blue teams were tasked with creating their best chicken wing dish, with the winners from each team earning themselves punishment passes, while the chef who made the worst dish would be up for elimination. So we see the chefs throwing down in the kitchen, and they're making chicken wing dishes that look so good, they're making me hungry. When time expires for the challenge, chefs Christina and Jason are tasked with tasting each dish to see which chefs are at the top and which chefs are in the bottom. On the blue team, Chef Jason picks Zeus, Alex, and Nicole as the top wing dishes, and Alex comes out on top as the winner of the punishment pass. On the red team, Chef Christina picks Vlad, Cheyenne, and Alejandro as the top wing dishes, and Alejandro gets the win. Now in a stunning twist of events, Gordon tasks Alejandro and Alex with tasting the remaining dishes to see which chefs should be sent home. And I like this change, because in my opinion, it helps the chefs develop some leadership skills early on, and it lets the chefs know that they have to hold one another accountable. But Alejandro picks Ileana and Daphne in the bottom, and he explains that their flavors just weren't there. Alex picks Billy and O'Shea in the bottom because he said their wings weren't up to par. Gordon then samples each dish, and he narrows it down to Ileana and O'Shea for elimination. Gordon then chooses to send Ileana home, which was a shock to me because O'Shea cooked raw chicken wings, and he included spinach in his dish, but O'Shea lived to fight another day. I was also equally as surprised when Ileana refused to leave after Gordon asked for her jacket. But what was most surprising was that Gordon just let Ileana rejoin her team despite her being in the bottom for 2 challenges in a row. But as the red and blue teams get ready for their dinner service, Chef Christina and Jason are training the chefs on the menu. And as usual, they're going pretty fast. Now right off the bat, the blue team is having a harder time keeping up with everything that they have to learn. And this translates over to dinner service as the blue team gets in the weeds pretty early. One difference that I noticed between the blue and red teams during dinner service is that the red team seems to have far more chefs that can handle working in a kitchen like Hell's Kitchen. But their downfall is their inability to work as a team due to poor communication. The blue team seems to be better at communicating with one another, but they lack the chefs that can handle the stress of learning new dishes and getting them right with minimal mistakes. At one point in the service, Gordon pulls the blue team to the side and tells them to get their act together or just leave the kitchen. They come out re-energized, but their efforts are for nothing as they attempt to serve cold food and raw protein to Gene Simmons. The blue team gets kicked out of the kitchen, and they are tasked with nominating 2 chefs for elimination. The red team finally gets their act together, and they move through dinner service with ease and finish on a high note. Meanwhile, the blue team is turning into Lord of the Flies as they begin to devour one another in search for someone to nominate for elimination. The team ultimately nominates Charlene and Billy for elimination, and the 2 chefs plead their case for why they should stay. But before Gordon can announce who's going home, this fool Zeus interrupts Gordon and tries to self-eliminate to save the both of them. Gordon says, "Not a bloody chance." Yes, that was a bad British accent. But Gordon first eliminates Charlene, and then he eliminates Zeus, who seems happy that he has to go home. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give this episode a solid 7. It definitely defied my expectations. I was definitely shocked that some people who should have gone home got to stay in the early parts of the episode. And I was also shocked that somebody like Zeus, who worked so hard to get on the show, just would want to self-eliminate after the first dinner service. I think that after this first episode, there might be 1 or 2 chefs from the blue team that have somewhat of a chance of getting a black jacket, but the rest of them don't have a snowball's chance in hell. I also think that the show is setting up a finale with Alejandro and Alex, and I would be surprised to see anybody else there, but we shall see. And this marks the end of my review. What do you think about tonight's episode? Feel free to leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.